Hey there, YouTube. It's Michelle, and it is Friday the 3rd, and I am home from work and enjoying some cleanup time as well as some craft play. We wanted to share, there have been so many inspiring crafters who have been using tissue paper and freezer paper, some cling wrap, as well as beeswax, just to create some really pretty mixed media tags. And I thought I'd at least get the bases going. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with these yet, but let me just show you what happens with the freezer paper. So the tissue paper is Tim Holtz, and the plastic of freezer paper, when ironed, the tissue becomes adhered. So here's one. This was just me playing, and the freezer paper is super white, so I distressed it a little bit, used some of one of the little minis and a brush, and just kind of put some color to the paper so it wouldn't be so stark white. But this was like one of the first tries, and it adheres perfectly. So what this does is it just gives your tissue another life. You can use it now to make tags or pages in a journal, because you could definitely write on the back. So here's one. And then my plan is to do an American Beach themed journal. And so this tissue paper has definitely a beach theme. And so I distressed the paper with some blues behind it and a little bit of vintage photo first. And then I put the tissue paper and ironed, obviously put some parchment paper under and on top, and then ironed it. And the tissue adheres perfectly to the freezer paper. So there's this side, and then here's the other side. And then I went on ahead and I put some metallic blue splatters because this will be in a journal that's mostly blue. So there's that. And then playing around with some plastic packaging. I'm not sure what was in this, but this is just the plastic that was, I think, around some cards or something of that nature. And so what you do is you put saran wrap on top of the plastic, then you put your tissue paper, and that could be napkins or whatever, and your parchment, and then iron it. And the tissue then adheres to the plastic. And then the second step is that if you put beeswax on top of it, it makes everything become see-through. So let me show you with, let me see if I've got something here. You can, here's just some notes, but you can just see how you can, kind of see the writing between. It makes everything transparent. So that's what the beeswax does to the paper. So here was one, and then here was another one. And again, this is just some plastic packaging, and then the saran wrap with the, I guess that's upside down. The saran wrap with the, no, that was right side up. Anyway, the saran wrap adheres the tissue onto the page, and then the beeswax makes the tissue transparent. So there's that. And then I'm going to cut out a few tags. This is, again, the acrylic plastic with the tissue paper on top, and it's now adhered to the plastic. And then I just put some splatters. This is going in a purple-themed journal that I've started. And then this was a die cut of a jar that was done in the I just cut it out of that same plastic, and then did the technique and then tied the little cord around it. Here's another one of the tags. I love this. This is a sketch. This is tissue, but it looks like a pencil drawing. And so this has been adhered to. This is freezer paper. This one is freezer paper. And then I splattered on some purple iridescent splatters. And then finally, one more tissue paper. And on this one, I actually, again, with the freezer paper, you put some distress ink on the paper, kind of distressed it. You can, let's see if you can see it a little bit on here. See how there's colors in the paper? I just kind of distressed the freezer paper ahead of time and then put the tissue paper down so there would be some color behind it. So that's all I have to share for today. Thanks to all the crafters who have been doing all of these fun projects using tissue paper, napkins, and freezer paper, or the saran wrap / cling wrap if you get it from the Dollar Tree, like I do. Yeah. So I think I'm going to use these as a cover for a journal. I think this would make such a cool journal to have this. And then probably to do a 2-ring binder or some twine. But have these as the covers. So see how you can see my fingers through it? So cool. Alrighty, well, it is 4th of July weekend. I'm off today and tomorrow. I've got lots of company in town, so hitting Seven Falls tomorrow. Gonna see some fireworks. Doing a lot of eating out. And yeah, so hope you have a happy crafty weekend, and we'll see you soon. This is Michelle byBruton. Bye.